Hey guys, I just wanted to give you guys some little bonuses during the holiday season because I know what a downer it can be. And I wanted to share something with you that somebody said to me recently. They said, I'm just practicing my intuitive skills, but I've sensed something about your masculine and just wasn't sure whether to say anything. And I said, well, if you don't say it, then when it happens, then you're not going to be able to stake a claim on it and say, well, that's what I was thinking would happen. I said, you may as well just say it. And so she said, well, I don't think he's coming. I don't think you're going to get to meet him. And I was like, ooh, this is good. Like, this is a good challenge because the old me would have felt defensive. I would have been like, I would have probably retaliated with a list of reasons why I believe. And I would have been like, well, here's why you're wrong. Blah 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 blah. Instead, I just said, you know what? That's probably not a very wise thing to say to somebody. It's not a very nice, supportive thing to say. Because even if you think that, or even if you feel that, that just really it can make somebody doubt themselves. It can make them doubt their intuition. It can make them plummet into depression or fear, or, if they were already teetering on doubt or hope, they're going to go boop, right on over to doubt. And you've just kind of ruined that person's life almost. It's like you could, and not that you're responsible for the other person's feelings, but something like that can really set somebody off their path. You want to be really, really careful what you say. Because you don't want to be, as much as you feel like you might be thinking somebody might be delusional or something like that, if they believe it and they're happy believing that, let them believe it. They're in a high vibration. As long as they can support themselves emotionally, if all goes to shit, then, that's what you want to be there for. You want to be there to support them if they fall. But you don't want to be the stumbling block that makes them fall. Do you know what I mean? And then I started to think about like what kind of motives she had in telling me that. One of the motives could be that her own path isn't going well, and knocking me down and making me lose hope could make her feel better. There's that. Another thing could be that she did want me to retaliate defensively, explaining the whole story about my masculine so she could get all the information she wanted in the first place, which she's been trying to get out of me for a while, and I've said no to. So that would have been a really clever way to get me to engage and tell her everything, So you just really got to watch people's motives, especially if anyone is trying to keep you from your dream, or trying to tell you you can't do something that you really want to do, or tell you that it's unrealistic, or just because other people don't believe in themselves doesn't mean you need to not believe in yourself. You need to be your own. You need to be your own best friend and your own strength. And thank God I had my own back, because all I said back to her was that wasn't very nice. You don't need to do that to people. And I don't do that to people. I mean, I have to give people bad news all the time. I have to tell them, I don't think that's going to work. And of course, when I'm in my lives, it's really hard to like go into explanations and all that, because I'm like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But typically, or if I feel like they need, it's a very intuitive thing. It's like, but I try to come from a place of like, she even said later, she goes, I did recall you telling me a certain family member wouldn't be approving of my relationship with my person, but the way that you said it was, well, it'll improve with time. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between that and no, it's not gonna work out or whatever, Anyway, you guys be careful what you say to people, and be careful who you share things with, just be really discerning. And that leads into a letter that I wrote this morning that I'd like to share with you guys, along this journey, like the things that you go through and learn and what it's leading to. And then we'll pull some cards. So I'm glad you guys get to learn from me and my experiences. So in case this happens to you, you'll be prepared on how to best support yourself. I do believe my masculine is coming, 100%. I just feel his love, and I just feel like I can't even tell you guys what I feel like. I think about him all the time. I know he's thinking about me, and I know at the end of the night it's painful. Our evenings are painful to go through. So, all right. Dear John or Jane, because you know it's not a gender thing. In our own unique and crazy book of life, many of you are actually going to have published, we may feel our lives are made of glass because we feel vulnerable, fragile, and like our life is a fishbowl. Everyone wanting to tell us what to do according to what they see, misjudging, or even misleading us. But I think our lives are really more like Legos or Lincoln Logs. We can build and rebuild however high or wide we want. We could even set up a plank for people to walk down as we learn to recognize the exceptional, inspiring people in our lives and those put there to be a stumbling block. Whether you feel like someone with little man's complex or a towering Bigfoot on this earth, completely alien walking the streets, a mere chess piece being sacrificed for someone else's advantage, like you don't belong anywhere or to anyone, or you've just experienced an endless supply of hateful and deceptive cobras or scorpions, just ready to sting you at the slightest misstep, robbing you of any peace you've managed to attain, causing you to go completely haywire despite your best efforts by pulling some jackass stunt to create yet another dilemma in your life. You finally decided you'd had enough and deserved better. You rose above feeling like a victim. It may have taken you 10, 20 years, but you managed to keep that bird's eye view, ascending above it all like the eagle. Listening to your higher self and stepping up to the plate of positivity and putting a stop to all your suffering and loss. You let the fighters, you left the fighters because you started to feel the effects of having them in your life. The headaches, tears, aches, ill health, trauma, anger, self-sacrifice, you guys know the list. Stopped wrestling with your sabotagers, throwing those pearls to pigs, and took on the attitude of, this isn't my circus. Those aren't my monkeys. Also, when it came to love, instead of having your sleepless in Seattle romantic moment on top of the Empire State Building, you only found a battle in Seattle and tried hard not to retaliate against or hail to anyone to appease them, only ultimately just wanting their love, but finding it impossible. You eventually found your strength and became your own superhero. You were either lucky or magical enough to regain and rebuild your life as your own best friend. You became your sunshine, your only sunshine. Now you make you happy when your skies are gray. You develop that golden aura of hope and optimism you have surrounding and protecting you now. For that, you may make some enemies of those who know you publicly, or even those you thought you were close to, but ultimately would have betrayed you and strive to take what you've built down. But they don't know how hard it was for you to coach your worst student ever to get where you are, your own inner critic, telling you how undeserving you were and being treated right, of being loved deeply just for being who you are. You, divine feminines, have embraced your masculinity, you the man. And many divine masculines are also rising up from the ashes to love themselves and strive for their happiness above all else. Now you guys simply just jump timelines when needed and dance your way out of anything with laughter and lightheartedness. No one can dull your sparkle now. They've only caused you to become resourceful as a fox and determined as a ram, vowing to never let yourself down again by falling for any illusions and the influence of anyone else seeking to get between you and your inner light. Your time has come to reap your rewards. You are finally free. The sun, the masculines, is shining on you, the feminines, as without the sun, the moon cannot shine. The feminines and masculines needed all this pain to step into this empress and emperor energy, embodying all aspects of themselves, so you could see your worth and not let anyone or anything past or present stop you again. This is the end of my little soapbox speech. Okay, guys, I thought it would be kind of fun to pull a zodiac card for each of you. Get that off the screen. Okay, so they said her first. Okay. Her first. Where are the feminines at this moment on their journey? Considering all that I've said, where is she at? Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. All right, reorganization. I flipped right to it. Okay, a turning point will bring your daily duties and responsibilities into sharp focus. A change at work or questions regarding your health are on the cards. You'll boost health and fitness by reorganizing your daily schedule so that it's less stressful, or you may experience a change at work that generates a fresh timetable and routine. This is an excellent time to consider how to work smarter, not harder. Do your duties and responsibilities serve a higher purpose? Or do you feel aimless and lacking in direction in your work and everyday life? Are you being self-critical or critical of others? Think about the necessity to feel fulfilled in your daily actions. If you feel that you are constantly being criticized or your efforts are being undermined, there may be a reason for the criticism. Do not take the criticism from others to heart unless it's merited. If it is, consider how you can improve your circumstances through your own efforts. You work tirelessly for others, and it's time to ask that your kindness be reciprocated. Avoid falling into the trap of being a martyr to a cause if that cause does not support you in return. Take the time to look at your health and well-being, because in this way you will ultimately be a better service to others. Likewise, at work, expect to be respected at work because you will feel more productive if you know that your efforts are appreciated. You will derive a greater sense of accomplishment and ensure your respect in your own efforts by choosing your duties and responsibilities wisely. So feminines, you guys are overgiving. You guys are overgiving and you're letting things get to you, and you need to just stay centered and keep your priorities straight and take care of your duties and responsibilities first and foremost, and then take care of other people's needs. Some of you need to take better care of yourselves and like section off some time to be, doing things like working out, eating right, not taking shortcuts like going to fast food and things like that. Some of you just need to take care of yourselves right now. And pay attention to how you're treating yourself right now. Be your own best friend. Okay. Masculines, where are the masculines at? Woo! Hello. That just flew out. Okay, should I stay or should I go? Indecision, Moon in Gemini, 15. This is the card of the social butterfly, someone who is adaptable but hard to pin down, and yet an agreement or a commitment may be necessary. The desire to be independent combined with the need to collaborate may lead to moodiness, restlessness, or indecision. A fresh phase at work, a promotion, or the need to move ahead into new terrain will appeal on an emotional level, prompting you to socialize and network. Writers, business people, workers in the media, and those whose livelihood depend on good communication skills will enjoy looking for new ways to fulfill and stimulate busy and curious minds. Writing, paperwork, communications, or a contract or an agreement will motivate you to express yourself better. A particular idea, job, or collaboration will ask that you hone your communication skills. It may be time for something new as you are ready for the next level. Your restlessness is a sign that you are ready to step up. This is a good time for negotiations. You may come to mutually agreeable arrangements. A contract may begin or come to an end. Your emotional need for variety in life will stimulate plans for a trip, a grace period, or a holiday. Travel will present new options for you, and you may find yourself drawn to people who travel a lot, who are adaptable or work in communication or the media. A relationship will flourish with good communication skills. You will enjoy seeing yourself or your partner in a new light. Singles may be in their element when this card is drawn as commitment to any one person may not suit for now. You or someone close may be reluctant to commit, but are willing to be a companion. The key to success right now lies in the willingness to see another person's point of view and to avoid indecision. So you guys, I feel like what they're telling you is you guys are going to be like traveling and communicating with the person that you love. And if you're wishy-washy about commitment, get over it. Stop being so indecisive. Yeah. So, and be like, you could always watch my video that's how to be an effective listener if you're worried about that. I just felt some of you just like really, really nervous about what you're going to communicate. And that's making you kind of, I mean, honestly though, all you got to do is say hello and just ask how the other person's doing. Just make it that simple so that you don't overwhelm yourself with just overthinking everything. And the feminines are just going to be concentrating on taking care of themselves right now. That's where they're at. Let's look at some fortune reading cards. And that's good, feminines. You really need to be like, I'm glad that you guys are not all about the masculine right now, because it's like you gotta be taking care of yourself. I mean, I'm not going to do the Satori show tonight, by the way. I forgot to say that. I meant to say that in the beginning. I'm not going to do the Satori show because I'm keeping busy for the holidays, dudes. You guys, it's like you got to keep yourself busy so that you don't get all bummed out. Oh my gosh, dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. I know you guys, like, I feel my masculine very, very heavily, and I know he feels me too. And, you know, that's your connection to spirit. So have confidence. Let that very thing give you confidence. The fact that you guys are so, like, have this incredible connection like you do. Let it inspire you. Dragonflies are also very magical. So it's just expect miracles, but not just in that area, but like expect miracles on a daily basis. Pay attention to the synchronicities and all the incredible things that happen throughout your life, you know, every day in and out, all the amazing things that happen, and keep your mind like optimistic and happy and hopeful, but yeah, with no expectations, and just like keeping yourself distracted, having fun, but keeping your priorities straight. Not overgiving, not people pleasing, but just enjoying yourself. Just enjoying yourself and having your back emotionally. Unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Being in that space, you know, and masculines just need to get out of their heads and just go take action. That's what they need to do. Any action. Doesn't even matter what it is. It's like, you know, they need to get over, you know, that. And as the feminine is staying in just a joyful place, unity's coming. Unity's coming, a time of divine understanding. So that's like, whoa, we get that this is a big deal. That this is actually something bigger than I've ever experienced before. It's like admitting that this is divinely led. This is divinely guided. Like, I've never had something like this happen in my life. Not with this intensity and this like undeservingness, like feeling like, holy cow, like, this person's the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know what I mean? That's what you guys are feeling. And it's like having that divine understanding, renewal. So as you guys are coming together and going to be communicating, it's going to cause like a relief, like a renewal. It's like, it's like a recreation and a do-over, and let's start again. Let's start fresh. Let's renewal. Renewal, rebirth, like coming into something new, peace and hope. This is you guys, as you even like hold hands, I feel like a lot of you will be holding hands, and when you do, it's going to be like, it's going to renew everything. It's like going to give you so much peace. You know, for the feminines, it's peace that you weren't crazy all along to believe in it. And you know, both of you are going to feel so much hope and so much peace that you've made the right decision. You know, you've made a good decision when afterwards you feel peace about it. You're like relieved, you know, even if you're like leaving a bad situation, you'll be like, whew, I'm so glad that's over. You know what I mean? Or if you go with a better decision for you, it's like, oh man, I feel like I'm on the right track. And maybe you're at step one, but you know it's the right direction. You know what I mean? You know that sun is shining at the end of that road. You know you're on the yellow brick road, you know? You radiate and attract great love. You radiate that kind of love. by your joy, by your courage, by your high vibe, by you just being willing to go for it. So that's such a pretty card. Unity, aka union, aka you guys talking and going forward from a stuck place, starting to actually make something happen. World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. This union with this person is going to change your life. This is going to be a whole new different lifestyle. It's going to be very, very different than whatever you got going now. How you've done a good job establishing yourself however you have, and making yourself happy in any way that you have. And you've done a good job of making a home where you are. But this is going to be like the whipped cream on top, and the cherry, and the sparkle, the little sprinkle thingies, and the little rainbows, and then like little Coke on the side that says your name on it. You know, it's going to be like, yeah, but it's also going to be like when I see the like Ace of Wands, which I felt like that was kind of insinuating, the Ace of Wands is like a complete overhaul, a complete makeover on your life. Completely. If you didn't see my messages from Spirit yet, definitely watch that. Natural endings abound, and beginnings come from that. So take care of yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. This is a time of you like, yeah, endings and beginnings. Endings and beginnings. You essentially had to let go of something in order for something else to come through. You had to let go of those fighters and those haters and those scorpions and all of that stuff in order for you to come into the peace that you're experiencing now and the place that you've come now to rise above it all. Ooh, ooh. Obstacles have been lifted. Obstacles have been lifted, you guys. And celebrations are coming. You're ready for new and exciting things to enter your life. And as I told you guys on Instagram, I saw, you guys might start seeing these too. I had a dream that I had all these bees around in my hair. And I was like shaking my hair, trying to get the bees off. And I was like, what are they doing? And they were just like, oh, hello, like a bunch of them. And then I finally got away from them, and there was just one, and it didn't want to leave my hair. So I like went in the house to talk to this guy that was there, like a friend or something. And I was like, look at this bee that's in my hair. And he was like, that's a grasshopper. I was like looking at, oh my God, it's a grasshopper now. And then he petted it. He was like, oh, it's our pet. They're really sweet. And he started to tell me about like what he knew about grasshoppers. So anyway, the definition of or the symbolism of grasshoppers and bees, I posted on Instagram. I am going to make it up to you for not doing the Satori show tonight by doing a live tomorrow on YouTube. And I will post an announcement of what time I'm going to do that on Instagram so that you guys will know, when I'm going to be on there and you can join me. Okay. So the last card is Fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. So whatever has happened that's been an upheaval in your life, let it go. Just let it you don't have to have a resolution for it all or have an answer for it all or have an apology or have you guys can supply that for yourself. You can find the peace within you right now in this present moment. You don't need anybody else. I know a lot of you come to me and say I need him to apologize. I need him to say this. I need him to, no, you don't at all. Be that, you could even pretend you're him. Be in a bubble. Imagine yourself, I did this once. It was so cool. Well, I do it sometimes, but imagine you're in a white room with angels surrounded, like an angel in every corner. You can choose whoever you want to be with you in there. And in the middle of the room, you're holding hands with that person that you've had the conflict with or the upheaval with. You look each other in the eyes and you guys say what you need to say to each other. Do that. You don't need the actual physical person to do anything. Because if you want that peace in your heart, you can have that peace in your heart right now, just by deciding to do that. Why would you keep that turmoil in your heart? You know what I mean? So it only hurts you. The other person could care less, So why even do that to yourself? That's part of taking care of yourself and being your own best friend that we were talking about. So let go of emotional upheaval, and this could also be drama. I feel like anybody who like that woman who said that to me, that could have caused emotional upheaval for me, and I could have gone in a tailspin and been very, I could have become hopeless and upset and all kinds of things, and gone out drinking with friends to vent, and over nothing, over a thought. You don't know what's going to be true or what's not going to be true. You can get a feel for what the future is, but everyone has free will and can do however they please. So you just have to have your own back. That's the key to it all. So don't get caught up in other people's dramas. Don't get caught up in what other people say about your situation. Don't listen to any of it. You just know what you know in your heart. Listen to your own intuition. If it doesn't work out like you were hoping, then you just have to be there for yourself emotionally, like you know how, hopefully from the tools that I've taught you. And if you don't have any tools because you're new to my channel, then go to my resources tab and you can start there. Or go to my playlist called Talks About Life. Hopefully that will be really helpful to you. Okay, so let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present, the renewal, the reconciliation with this person you do love, the one that holds your future, the one that you're going forward with, that is bringing you that sunshine, that is bringing you that hope and faith in having a better, more harmonious future, a happier family, ultimately. So it's this renewal of the present. So let go of the past, get into the present. Both of you have the courage to face this, and both of you have the courage to come together, have some communication, and see where it goes. The other thing that just jumped in my head is sometimes the feminines get scared because the masculines have been so crawdaddy. What was that? And I just posted something really funny on Instagram. This gal says that that men, when they feel intense love, are like crawdads. And she called it crawdadding or something like that when they back up. Ooh, So, and the feminines get scared because they're like, oh my gosh, we're talking, but I'm just so scared that he's going to retract back again, So do your best to just meet him in that place in the present moment. Don't try to read into it. Don't try running into the future or any of that, unless you guys are just meeting each other at that same place. Some of you, it might be like you come together and you're like, let's go get married. And you're like, okay, so you guys are totally on the same page. But some of you are still kind of acclimating to each other, and it's still going to be this little back and forth little thing for a little bit yet. It just means you guys aren't quite ready. You're kind of slow cooking, and that's okay too, but just don't read into anything. Just let it go the natural pace that it does, and try to stay out of your head about it. Okay, they said one more of these. Flowers, be generous. Successful and emotional fulfillment are yours. Be generous. I just talked, I think it was Messages from Spirit last week, talked about how to make more money is to be generous and to view money as energy instead of like clinging on to money. It's like be grateful. Be really grateful. Have a good relationship with money. So be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. That's your gift. That's your gift this Christmas from Spirit, okay? Success. Whatever success means to you, and emotional fulfillment are yours. Those are your flowers. That's what you're going to get this holiday season. Try to get that from yourself. Try to create your own success and emotional fulfillment. That's the gift from the universe. But I feel also when you have this union thing happen, it's going to provide a lot of that as well. But again, the whipped cream on top, because you've provided the actual dessert yourself. All right, guys. I just felt somebody asked me for a blessing, so let's bless you guys. All right. Just relax your shoulders and listen to this energy in the form of language. Some of you are losing sleep over this. It's so cute. So they're saying, like, if you guys just be playful and just light about it, get out of your head and just go be playful and tickle each other and run around being like little kids. That's all you got to do. You know? Don't get too serious or don't get too scared or don't get too caught up in your head. Just go have fun, the two of you, okay? Shikimoba ke la anatse san se la kiri umoma ke. Ashikitsana pa imala kiri inatse na. Feels like everybody just needs to take a deep breath. Out of your head into your heart. Out of your head into your heart. Out of your head into your heart. Touch your heart and say, I love you. I love you. Nothing can go wrong. Go, I'm in the Congo. You guys will be fine. Oh gosh, you guys. I feel it all. Like I just feel everybody's anxiety and trying to get it right. You really can't mess it up with this kind of relationship. You really just can't mess it up. So quit being afraid that you're going to do that. Both of you. All right, you guys have a beautiful day and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.